This is the Mayor of Blacktown. Today is Friday, August 22nd, 2014. The crises in black manhood that I've talked about and made hundreds of videos about for years has now reached national news, national dialogue, debate, and discussion as a result of the August 9, what some would characterize as the assassination of yet another black man. And of course, I've made videos before describing and characterizing the tragedy of Trayvon Martin as being an assassination by George Zimmerman. That was indeed an assassination, if you will. Brutal, brutal. Yet, one of the reasons that the pattern of discussion is emerging is because a pattern has emerged. Yet, sadly, you're not doing anything about it, people. Yeah. Because this is a discussion that we should have been having a long time ago. Black men are not organized nor mobilized around gender. I have been the only black man in the world to call for a gender agenda, quote unquote. And everybody has been reluctant to use that term, gender agenda. But then in February of this year, 2014, President Obama launched the My Brother's Keeper program, or initiative, as it was called and characterized. Yet the black community still didn't jump on that. So the reason I'm making this video is because I've been listening to the media and listening to as much as I can about what's going on down in St. Louis, Ferguson, St. Louis, and the riots, social protests, and the various terms that are used to describe what's going on down there. But the facts remain, and that's, of course, the purpose of what I do, my mission. Get to the bottom, get to the facts. There's a lot of he say, she say. But one of the things that I've said to characterize this is that it represents the end of the bad boy image. The bad boy image of sagging pants. Yeah. And of course, it's no coincidence that moments before Michael Brown was shot, somehow a video surfaced that showed him stealing some cigars in a local convenience store. Yeah. And there's been a lot of he say, she say about that video. But the point is the black community increasingly sounds stupid because the black community does not know how to characterize reality. See, the black community, we've been so accustomed to translating and interpreting the Bible and other religious doctrines. Okay. When it comes to reality, we, like I always say, are scratching our heads. We cannot deny that we have a crisis with our boys, like I've said over and over and over and over and over and over again in hundreds of videos. And now it's obvious. The bad boy image of sagging pants. I just came from a bank, and walking past my car is a young black man with sagging pants. Yeah, young black man with sagging pants, and I thought, wow, what a coincidence, what an omen. It's like it's a symptom. When a person is sick, they get symptoms. Nature hates a vacuum. In other words, when something is wrong in nature, you get some kind of symptom. When something unusual, when something deviates from a pattern. We are all familiar with seasons. The seasons have been around forever. The rainy season, the leaves fall off the trees in the fall, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But, strange patterns are beginning to occur. And I'm not going to bemoan that. I don't bemoan what is obvious. The black community has been in a tailspin, should have been out of the tailspin. But like I said, this bad boy image of sagging pants, gangster rap, foul and vile lyrics. Foul, F-O-U-L, vile, V-I-L-E, lyrics. in the gangster rap music. And quite frankly, not only that, the failure of the black middle class, the black educated class, blacks in the media to launch a gender agenda to acknowledge the needs of black men and boys. Yet, I have to admit that it's been slowly emerging. But they're not saying what black men need to do. They are increasingly bemoaning and pathologizing black men about how, first it was how black men have been incarcerated, the inordinate number of black men in jail. But now it's the inordinate number of black men who are shot by police. Nobody is talking about what black men should be doing, aside from myself. No one is talking about black men need a gender agenda, like women have had the feminism, women's liberation movement for 40 years, and now we just saw earlier this year all of the homosexuals, quote, coming out of the closet to join the LGBT agenda of gay marriage and promoting their, quote, lifestyle. So I should have thousands of black men united with me by now. This Michael Brown incident and tragedy should prove how right I have been. And I don't want to continue to talk about how I don't want to pathologize how, quite frankly, pathetic you've been, black man. Yeah, but that's what's going to happen. You're going to come under scrutiny increasingly because of your failure to lead, your failure to do what men do, mark territory, stand their ground, beat their chest. You haven't built any black towns. You don't even, the term black towns not even in your vocabulary. You remain the damsel in distress. Yeah, you've excelled at sports and athletics, but, you know, what do you do with your fame and fortune? President Obama's been the president, first black president for 2 terms, and this is all happening on his watch. You would think that President Obama's election would be a triumph for black manhood, but we haven't had or heard this discussion about what President Obama represents as far as black manhood, nor have black men united with me like they should. And yeah, part of that is the fault of COINTELPRO, who has been hacking and attacking what I preach. Yet I can't blame COINTELPRO 100% because they're not God. They're not God. We've seen that. There is a God that governs the universe. So I haven't made any videos in a long time. I just made the video about how the My Brother's Keeper program, an initiative by the president that was launched in February of 2014, was attacked by some black feminists who claim girls are not included. Like they, you know, I just couldn't believe it. You can Google it to get the details of that insanity, but it's the blessing, the mixed blessing is, the blessing in disguise is that those feminists who attack the My Brother's Keeper program absolutely proves what I've been saying about how feminism attacked the black man's black power movement. Yeah. And notice these are not, I don't call them black women, these are black feminists, witches, who are sick. They're very sick women. Just like there are sick men in the world, yet the good men don't tolerate and allow the sick men to rule. Yet heretofore, and this is one of my criticisms of black women, they've allowed black feminists, who are in many cases lesbians, they've allowed them to represent, or should I say misrepresent, define black womanhood. Yeah. Where are the black women who are the stand by your man kind of women? Where are you at? Why are you letting these feminist witches distort and destroy the image of black women, black manhood, and of course black boyhood? It is no coincidence, people, that a week after these feminists attacked the My Brother's Keeper initiative, that Michael Brown was literally laying in the street in his blood, rolling down the street. Yeah. So, you know, thereby demonstrating the need and the relevance for the My Brother's Keeper program for black boys. Yeah. And the selfishness of these feminists to say, oh, well, girls are not included. You've already had a 40-year women's liberation movement, and black feminists have failed. Black women have failed. You shop till you drop it, like I always say in all of my videos. It was on the March 3rd, 2003 issue of Newsweek. Yeah, I say that in all of my videos because that was an omen. When I was standing in the grocery store and that Newsweek was on the shelf with all the magazines while I was waiting in a long line and wondering what was taking the line so long, I look up and I see that Newsweek. That was, wow, sign from God. No doubt about it. And yeah, now we see 10 years later, we're still in a gender war of words with the black feminists, like I've been saying. And like black men are still scratching his head, like I always say, like the Scarecrow in the Wizard of Oz, who was set on fire by the feminist witch in the Wizard of Oz. Yeah. This is the mayor of Blacktown. Today is August 22nd. The trial and grand jury and all of that legal stuff down in Ferguson is still pending. I think yesterday maybe the governor told the National Guard that they could leave. The other issue that occurred yesterday was the media or the police released a video, a cell phone video of yet a black man who deliberately started a confrontation with the police when he walked in a store and stole some pops, took the pops out, put them along the edge of the curb to wait for the police. And when the police came, he had his hand in his pocket. And the police arrived and they told him to take his hand out of his pockets. And the man said, this black man said, shoot me like you shot Michael Brown. And they shot him because he wouldn't take his hand out of his pocket. So that was all on video. You can Google it. So, tensions are rising, but the focus increasingly in the media is on black men and how black men are increasingly targeted. Yeah. So-called police brutality, excessive force, etc. But like I'm saying, how much of this is black men's fault for not doing what free men do? And that's act like free men and mark their territory instead of remaining the proverbial damsel in distress. This is the mayor of Blacktown. All the strong black men out there, let me hear you say, amen.